Melanie, thank you so much for coming online to do this brief video testimonial. A couple of quick questions. Firstly, tell me, what was your greatest challenge in trying to buy a property on your own?
I'll take that one. For us, it was navigating a very hot and fast market where we had a limited budget and low supply. On top of that, having set unrealistic expectations on what we thought we could buy versus what our money could get.
And I agree with Mel. So the property that we bought through Propertybuyer was actually our second property. So we have experience on our current one at the moment and having to deal with real estate agents, having to deal with all the solicitor and the jargon. So it was stressful during that time, even though it was a buyer's market. I personally found it quite stressful. And, I think that was the greatest challenge for us, trying to overcome buying the next property.
Brilliant. Thank you. That's great. And tell me, guys, what was your budget and what was the type of home did you actually want to buy?
Yep, our budget was about 1.2 mil to 1.225. And we were looking to upsize from a 2-bedroom apartment to a 3-bedroom townhouse or villa. Yeah,
just to give some context on that. So we currently live in the lower North Shore of Sydney, and we bought an apartment in Gladesville. So we were looking to buy within the area that Mel and I grew up around, which is around the upper North Shore, which is the Ryde, Marsfield and Denniston.
And what was the main reason you reached out to us as a buyer's agent? What was the main reason you used Propertybuyer to help you?
Yeah. Well, having worked in a professional services environment, both Mel and I are chartered accountants. So we knew and understood the value of engaging an expert. So we decided to engage property buyers based on 3 things. The reputation that the business had in the market. We understood that the business won multiple awards within the industry. Its media presence, Rich, I've listened to a number of your podcasts, so you're well known within the industry, and obviously the accreditation behind that as well,
And tell me, what was the best thing tell me about your experience in working with Nick, who was your buyer's agent during the time, and what was the best thing that Nick did for you throughout the process?
Oh, we love Nick. Oh gosh, if he listens to this, Nick, we love you. Nick was just an absolute delight to work with. He was professional, knowledgeable, and he was someone that we could easily connect with and bounce ideas. When we engaged Nick back early February 2021, the market rapidly changed, and with the budget that we just discussed, we were put in a unrealistic expectation, and Nick was there to just set us straight and say, hey, this is how much you have, and unfortunately this is what you can get at this market. And on top of that, we were quite stubborn actually. So we wanted Nick to search within the areas that we looked out for, but Nick was there to set us straight and just say, hey guys, for the budget that you guys have, you just have to start expanding the areas that you want. And we do recognize that, especially in this market. In saying that, we were quite lucky that we were able to find a property in our preferred location.
Do you think you would have been able to get the same result on your own at the auction? Were you intimidated by that auction process?
Oh, we were very intimidated, Rich. Thinking about it now, when we were rushing up to the auction and Nick was already there bidding for us. I still recall that the auctioneer was just creating this environment of competitiveness and emotion, whereas we could tell Nick was just cool, calm, and collected. And I vividly remember when the other competitor was running out of gas, and Nick could tell that, and I could tell it. And the agent was just hassling that buyer and said, hey, I think you got more, So then they put another 2,000 on top of the bid that Nick just did. And during that time, I was full of emotions. I don't know about Mel, but I was just like, come on, Nick, just slam it to the next 10,000, $8,000 more, you can do it. But Nick was just like understanding the competitor and said, they're running out of gas. Here's under 3 to the auctioneer.
Excellent. That's great. And finally, how would you sort of rate the overall experience of using Propertybuyer with 5 stars or out of 10? And would you recommend other people use the service?
Could we say 11 out of 10, Rich?
Thank you.
You know, we were very, very happy. We're very, very happy with the whole process, having to let, you know, Nick do the running for us. We're both busy as ourselves. So having that professional on our side, do everything for us, able to arrange, you know, all the solicitors, building and pest inspection, I can't highly recommend it to anyone. And on top of that, people forget the value proposition a buyer's agent provides. Everyone's so focused on the dollar figure that they have to pay. But, you know, that's 1% of something that you're buying. And sometimes people forget that, you know? And I think people just need to understand that what does the professional bring to the table, right? And as Warren Buffett says, you know, money is what you pay for, value is what you get. And value is what you get.
Love it. Well, Melanie and Keno, thank you so much for your review. Thank you for your testimonial. Thank you for being our clients. And we look forward to working with you again at some time in the future. Thank you again.
Thanks very much, Rich.
Thank you.